Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? Ooh, I'm not sure, actually. I'm going to pick the pepper and see what happens. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. I just keep picking the things where it's making me, like, hallucinate. Spices. My friend. Woo. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Woo. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... cough, cough. I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, you must do... Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man! You come to and find everyone is staring at you. The pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. No! What have I done? You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competition cook-off. Oh god. Okay, let's do this. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time, step up and tell them you're on. You know what? We're gonna just... let's challenge them. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Pendragon. He came and showed up with his little hearts again. I'll be watching your performance. No pressure, I guess. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then, Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. Alright. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Thanks. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. Is that what your mom told you about where you came from? Because that's not how babies are made. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 seconds after you eat? 100 C or 100 F? 100 C? That's right. But how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? I'm going to say vigilance. That's wrong. No! I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. Jesus. When you were a child, your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw your energy from that place. And that would be a great time for the harness that energy. So where does he come from? A small town where dreams are born. Yes, that's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut off the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence, sizzling, or bubbling? Sizzling? That's wrong. Oh, I guess it was silence? I don't know. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Okay. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Pendragon. Oh, he's actually cheering you on. He's got the chicken staff. I feel fine now. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. No! Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders and his horse that kicked you in the face. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional Victorian bathing? What were you thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. Grrr. You're stranded on a desert island. You were stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Okay, my dyslexia did not like that sentence. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Should you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. Oh no. Does it have to do with crafting this spectacular fried chicken and delicate biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley's already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up the time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Ah, yikes. Zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Pendragon does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. What have I done? There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's over, miss. Oh no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. I've just crushed my hand. Why would I put it... I'm supposed to be a chef, and I just put my hand in a mixer? Wouldn't I know better? Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. No. What you often find is the easy way can turn out to be much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No. Wouldn't it be fair to compare the two on account of Pendragon's injury? You see, Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Pendragon to do the honor, but since you're injured and I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredient hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette on top, a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee. As he places sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel, or put yourself between Colonel Sanders. I'm going to internalize my rage. I think I've already made enough of a fool of myself. Your rage burns so intensely that within your eyes that they burst into flames. I'm just not doing so well today. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off in your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Oh my god, what have I done? What is happening? Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried eyebrow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. Wow, look at all of that self-deprecation there. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Humiliating. Mules can be cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived, for a while anyhow. Oh goodness, I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best that I could give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Oh, are we going to get attacked by a spork monster again? Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster! I thought we killed it. Gorko, the spork monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think that you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I would feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Pendragon is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose we don't really have to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student at this school, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Pendragon, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. His hideaway? A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure, if you approach it with the right attitude. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. There is a picture back here of him as a baby, but he still has the giant glasses and the little goatee. That is wild. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up. as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. How does one eyes perk up? Like how do you perk up your eyes? I'm trying to imagine it. I don't know how to. So, yeah. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Let's reveal it. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. I mean, he told us his recipe. Well, he told us one of his spices. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent, his little gasp. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I think I'd like to have it around so that I can admire the taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Realize that now would be the perfect time to go do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh, okay, so let's click on the chicken. You notice very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state of the bird. Oh, the true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. Alright. Tap on the item to discover more about the Colonel. The candle. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret recipes ingredients. It's redacted. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. There's an urn here. Should I click it? Take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures."
Here lie Squidward's hopes and dreams.
Poor guy. Okay. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of this comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Interesting. Alright. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like the Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold a fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Alright. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item to... Okay, so another item. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment. One number is important to Colonel Sanders, then it dawns on you. As soon as you dial 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Okay. I'm afraid to... Oh. I can click on the lake. Or the window, I guess. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading into the woods on a... Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with the breeze. Tap on... Okay, I guess I have to click this last thing, which is the door, which I'm nervous about clicking. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. That's so weird. Why would I do that? The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep breathing... You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually load these out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You tell him that you're cold. I'm gonna say I'm cold. I'm embarrassed, so, like, I'm not gonna make a big move. I'm gonna say I'm cold. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Does it, though? Is it moving too fast? Final exams are tomorrow. Oh, that's right. It's only a 3-day semester. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. The thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Pendragon. I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. Nice. You talk late into the night and drift off into the slumber. Dream sequence. Zzz. Dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Today is that day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Oh, he made us breakfast? Okay. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? So take him down a peg or flatter him? I'm flattering him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. Why is everyone crying? And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, and so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house as if that's a thing that people just say? What is she even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. She's crying again. Everyone is crying. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Her face? Nothing happened but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Oh, she's grumpy with me. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agreed to go your separate ways. No! What? Like, do we, friend break up, though? Separate ways in what way? Now I'm scared. Is Miriam not my friend anymore? Explain. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh no. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right. I'll order you up one right away. Why can I not talk? I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee hee, Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? Oh my god. There is that hearse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Pendragon, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go cooking like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over. An naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Pendragon, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Pendragon, I'm more than capable to speak for myself. Oops. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Pendragon. Annoyed by Colonel's inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across a quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book that you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. But I don't really believe in all that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrubbed out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I'm not gonna do that. So it says cast a forbidden spell or don't do it after all. I'm not doing it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up as he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait and see what happens. Let's wait. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see his tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! I guess the squirrel's name is Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt not only by Terrence, but by any other squirrels in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Pendragon, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class, but I miss you. We went on one date, Pop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here? Uh-oh. Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble, and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. and it meant so much to me that I made this for you. To her to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted with what lies ahead. The final competition, showdown, challenge, exam, TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about the upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Alright, so Miriam is now very sad. She broke up with Pop. I think we're going to end the video here because my camera keeps malfunctioning, so I don't want to do too much more. So Miriam just broke up with Pop, and we'll pick up there next time. Please leave a like and subscribe before you go, and let me know how you're enjoying the videos.